Hey everyone, how are you? Listen, we're going to make something real cool. It's made with deli roast beef. This is French dip crescent braid. Simple to make, of course. Let's get to it right now. First up, let's get some ingredients together. We need some Havarti cheese slices, half a pound of deli roast beef, can of crescent rolls, some cooking oil, horseradish sauce, an onion, and an egg. Oh, and you're going to need some dipping liquid down the road. The first thing we're going to do is get our baking pan out, line it with some parchment paper, and here's our crescent roll out of the tube. And now we've got to carefully unroll it, as careful as you can. You don't want to rip it apart. And we're going to keep all this together too. Kind of mush in the little seamies. They don't have to be perfect because they're going to bake together. Just so it looks something like that. Well, it looks good. Let's go on to our frying pan here. Put a tablespoon of cooking oil. Let it warm up. We're going to throw our half onion. However much you'd like. That's pretty close to a cup of diced onions. And we're going to cook it down so it starts browning. 3 to 5 minutes. Once it looks pretty close, we're going to get into another container. Just like that. And here you can see what we're working with. Looks good to me. Over to our crescent roll. Now let's put this together. This is the fun part. Real simple. I was going to parcel out the 2 tablespoons of horseradish sauce. How about we just do this instead? Because it is to taste. I mean, if you don't want too much, don't put too much in. So we've got enough to kind of spread it out. Now you want to keep to the middle. Because it's a braid, we're going to actually make strips on the... Next up comes our Havarti. You want to make sure you cover it from one end to the other. Our deli roast beef. Look at how convenient it is. A couple slices each folded over. And if I've done this right, it's going to fit just about perfect. That's not enough meat. Come on, we're supposed to put a half a pound's worth, so we'll do another layer. There. Next up is our sauteed onions. And we're going to carefully put all this on top of the roast beef. Looking pretty good so far. I'm just making sure that, I got it as covered as possible. Yummy. And of course, can't have enough cheese, so we're going to put a second layer of cheese on top, of course overlapping them, just to make sure when it does melt that it covers everything. Something like that. Now we do have a little bit of room on both ends, and that's so that we can kind of seal up the ends. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but the idea here is you cut 1-inch strips on both sides. And of course my battery ran out, so I couldn't show it. So this is a clip from something else I had done, and you see how you go end over end, one side then the other, one side then the other, And then you're going to, once you're done that, seal it up, brush it with some egg wash in the oven, 375, 20 to 30 minutes. And when you're done, half an hour later, it should look something like that. Isn't that yummy looking? Well, I think it is. Now, the only thing we need is some dipping juice. You've got your choice. You can use beef stock, which is what I used. If you have onion soup, you can use that to dip in. Or you can make your own au jus if you're that good. But I was in a hurry, so I just threw some beef stock I had in the fridge in. It'll work just fine. Now we've got to cut a couple pieces because I really want to try this. It is a little hot. You got to let it cool down a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That looks so yummy. I can't wait to get at it. And this didn't last, by the way. This made it to a couple pieces surviving after dinner, and then they were gone. So there we go. We've got on a plate with our juice to dip in. Put this aside and let you take a look at it. Doesn't that look good? It looks fantastic. I can't wait to get at it. So we're going to give it a try. Little dip, and it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I probably could have put a little extra horseradish sauce on top. That would have been fantastic. But there you have it. A French dip crescent braid. Something nice and simple and different for dinner. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.